Listen, everyone, I want to make certain that you're in tuned. I know we have competing priorities. We're right in the middle. The day is just getting started, but you have committed. You have committed to attending this summit, and so you want to give it your everything you got. You want to make certain that your focus is here. So if you have your cell phone, if you're not on your cell phone, make certain you just kind of put it on mute. I know everything is going on around you, but this is the way you gain the most from these summits, especially when they're virtual. You want to act as though and behave as though you are here in the space. That way you get everything. I don't want you to miss not one thing, because I might say some words that might trigger something in your mind. And I don't want you to miss that because you're busy multitasking and doing X, Y, and Z. So again, I know as entrepreneurs, the world doesn't stop just because you want to sit with the summit, but treat it as such. Treat it as if this was an in-person event and you were locked in a conference room, no place to go, no computer, and you're going to put all of your focus and attention here. Make certain you have your notepad, your pen, your paper, take down all of the juicy nuggets, and make certain that you're connecting with each and every one of the speakers. So this way you can keep this momentum going. So it's not about me just depositing something in you and then moving out of your rear view, just getting out of the way. No, it is about building that network. It's about connecting. So this way, we will be able to continue the conversation, and you'll see live examples in the works that I do. So I welcome you to connect with me. I have a PowerPoint presentation because I am a teacher by nature as well. So I do have a PowerPoint that I will see if I can put that up. There we go. There we go. So I am Dr. Sheniqua Johnson, aka Sheniqua Inspires, and I'm coming to you today to talk about the power of choice. The power of choice. And we are going to talk about your mindset shift for success. Mindset is everything. So here's my agenda, because again, I tell you, I'm a teacher by nature. So I want you to know how we're going to best utilize this time together. So I'm going to give you a quick intro about who I am. You heard my bio. You see that I'm in a lot of stuff, but I'm going to introduce myself to you formally. And then I'm going to share with you my why, because many people, they see you as an entrepreneur. They see you're moving up the career ladder, and they never understand your why. And I believe once you understand and you connect with my why, everything else is going to make sense. Now we'll be speaking the same language. And as promised, I am going to give you three takeaways that's going to help you shift your mindset, so that you can be the most successful self, you can kick it off, you can do it right, and you have the tools in your tool bag. And of course, I'm going to give you some ways in which you can connect with me. I welcome the connection. And I brought a gift, right? We love speakers that bring gifts with them. So I am bearing gifts, and I will have that for you at the end of my presentation. So of course, that means you got to stick around, right? So let's dive in. So who is Dr. Sheniqua Johnson? Well, as you heard, I am an international TEDx speaker. I am a best-selling author. I'm actually at 15 books to date. Now, some of those are collaborative book projects, but I have still lent my voice to these book projects. I am also the CEO of A Better You LLC, where I am helping busy, multitasking women just like you prioritize your mental, your physical, your spiritual, and your financial well-being, so that you can continue to serve this world 100% without subtracting anything. So that is what I'm doing at A Better You. And I am also affectionately known as your purpose partner. So what does that mean? I am an accountability coach. So what that means is I lock arms with you. I reach out and I take your hands, and I help you get through your purpose. So as I said, I go into the pit with you. I go deep down in the pit. You do not have to be down there alone while you're clawing your way through and trying to find your purpose. I've got this unique gift where I actually can bring the lights and we go right into the pit and we pull out your purpose and we help you to start working on it. So that's what I do as a purpose partner. And I decided to share with you a few of my favorite things, just in case these are some of your favorite things. We can kind of relate on that. I love beaches. I wish that I was in a beach, flapping around in the sand and the water right now. And I wish that I was on a beach, but that remains one of my favorite things. I love the sunshine. I love to dance. So usually when I'm doing a speaking engagement, I like for them to put on some music so I can dance my way to the stage, get that energy going. And if you need to put on a little music to keep your momentum going on throughout the day, so be it. Yeah. And of course, as you can tell, I love to write, hence how I ended up with 15 books. Now for my why. So this picture was a picture of me in 2022. Now, before you start feeling all sorry for me, let me paint this picture for you. In 2022, I was at the top of my game. I was working at the top of my career ladder. I was a senior training specialist. So what I did in the corporate space, I was the trainer for the case managers, the nurse and social work case managers. I was making that 6 figures. I had finally hit that coveted 6-figure mark, and I was thriving. But in addition to me thriving in my career, in my professional life, man, I was doing the darn thing as an entrepreneur. I was hitting stages. I was speaking in different countries and different states. I was all over the place. I was building my brand. I was growing and scaling as an entrepreneur. But as I was paying attention to everything else, there was one thing, one tiny, minute detail that I forgot to pay attention to. And that was me. In the midst of my busyness, I was putting me, my health, my wellness to the back burner because I was busy. I was doing the darn thing. I was busy climbing that corporate ladder. I was busy growing and scaling my business, and my health was deteriorating. This was a picture when I went into the hospital due to my fibroids. My fibroids had gotten so big that they had started to become symptomatic, and I could no longer ignore them. Now, mind you, the fibroids did not come up overnight. I knew these things were growing in my body, but I ignored it because I was busy. I had to make that 6 figures. I had to get these new clients. I had to build this brand. I was busy and I neglected myself. So fast forward through another surgery later, I ended up realizing that I was the determining factor in this bad equation that was going on. That I had the power of choice. And if I didn't start making better choices for my well-being, and your well-being is a holistic approach. So it's your mind, it's your body, it's your business. So it's all of those entities. It's not just choosing one here or there. It is the whole package. And I realized from having to be in the hospital twice, in 2022 and in 2023, I realized that I had the power of choice. And at that moment, when the doctors were telling me that I was clear to go back to work, I said no. Although my physical body was at a place where they were saying that I was good enough to go back to work, my mental was not. And I made the choice. I decided to walk away from my coveted 6-figure job And I decided to listen to me. I decided to put my wants, my desires, my needs, my purpose at the front of the line. Hence how I came up with the title, The Power of Choice, Prioritizing Your Well-Being in a High Stress World. That's the title of my latest book, because it's a combination of all of my learned lessons from having to have 2 surgeries, leaving a 6-figure job, and now being able to stand in my purpose. So that's my why. That's why I'm here today, to give you these takeaways that's going to help you to shift your mindset for success. Because you know what? I was success driven. You couldn't tell me I was not success driven, but something suffered. I don't want you to have to suffer. I don't want your finances to suffer. I don't want your family to suffer. I don't want your physical well-being or your mental well-being to suffer. So I decided, you know what? Let me pull some of these nuggets from my book and give them to you so that you have some empowerment. So you ready? I got 3 of them for you. And for all of my multitasking people, my busy professionals, you don't have time for the suspense. You're like, Sheniqua, don't be trying to build the suspense so that we can hang on to your every word. I need to see what these 3 takeaways are right here, right now. So boom, there it is. I put it all on one slide for you. So let's take a look. The first takeaway, and I'm going to go into a little bit more deeper into these topics so that you have some to-do things, so that you have some action steps to take. But just up front, so that you know there's no suspense, I'm going to share with you some ways that you can sharpen your self-awareness. So what does that sharpening your self-awareness looks like? It's you creating a clear picture of who you are and how you want to fit into this world. You are the one who gets to define this. The second takeaway is going to be become your own personal agent. You know how the sports players, they have an agent, and even the actors and actresses, they have agents. They have someone that's acting on their behalf, helping to negotiate and making decisions. Well, how about you act as your own personal agent? And you start making decisions on your behalf based off of your well-being. So we're going to start making the decisions that's going to shape your life. You're going to be in charge of that. And then the third tip that I'm going to give you is redefine what success looks like. We're going to talk about clearly defining what success looks like based on your own terms, not off of what the world says, but what do you say? Because remember, you have the power of choice. So let's go into it. I promised it. I'm going to give it to you. Ways to sharpen your self-awareness. First one, mindful meditation. Now, I know meditation gets a bad rap these days. You know, people think it's kind of woo-woo and, you know, they don't like to dibble and dabble in it. But meditation is really quieting your mind to the best of your ability so that you can be fully present in the moment. That's self-awareness. Like, I am aware of where I'm at. Even though the world is busy, even though we live in a high-stress world, I am still aware of me in this moment. So that's a form of mindful meditation. Journaling. I told you all I love to write. Journaling is a way for me to become self-aware. I write down my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, and then I can read it back. And I don't have to read it back the same day that I write it. I can come back a week later and I can see where my mindset was. You know how something happens and you want to be so reactive? Well, how about instead of being reactive, you get your journal and you write it? And then you'll be able to examine it. You'll be able to explore your thoughts and your feelings a bit more. You'll be able to see what was those factors that aggravated the situations and what were some things that you might have been able to do differently that would alleviate it. That's all about self-awareness. It's about your thoughts, your feelings. And I think this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's a body scan. I am a registered nurse by profession, and I've been in the health and wellness field for over 20 years. And I actually do some consultations and strategy sessions with people who want to improve their wellness. But the body scan is my favorite. I don't get up out of the bed in the morning without doing my body scan. So what that looks like, and you can do it right where you are, is you settle into your moment, right? You embrace the moment, but you do a head to toe assessment. How does my head feel? Do I feel like my thoughts are clear? Do I feel that brain fog, or am I good? Do I have a headache? No, praise God, today I'm good. Okay, let's go on to the next. And you just literally go down your body. How does my heart feel? How does my stomach feel? How do my legs feel? How do my feet feel? No, I'm moving everything. Everything feels good. Nothing is cricking and cracking this morning. Bet I can get up and I can start my day. But years ago, I didn't do body scans. Even working as a registered nurse, I didn't do body scans. I got up and I worked. It was time to go to work. It was time to get up. It was time to do. I just moved and I did it. I did not check in with Sheniqua. But now I learned the importance of checking in with me. So I don't do nothing. I don't care what's on the agenda. I don't do anything without doing my body scan. Next, reflective questioning. Act like you're a 5-year-old kid. But why? But why? But why? Ask yourself reflective questionings throughout the day. Why did I make that choice? Why did I make that decision? Why did I say yes when I know I got a million things on my to-do list? So those reflective questions help you to become more aware of your actions and your decision-making abilities. And then the last one on this list is to seek feedback. Now, listen, I'm not saying take to social media and put up a poll and ask everybody to weigh in on what they think you should do. What I'm saying is to seek feedback. So if you have a coach, an accountability coach like myself, my clients get feedback because they know me, they trust me, they respect me. So don't seek feedback from haters. Find people who genuinely love you and who genuinely understand what you're working through to give you some constructive criticism. But you have to be prepared to accept the feedback and to possibly implement the feedback as well. I think this one's probably my favorite. This is probably my highlight that I took away from my season of having to go in and out of the hospital for these different surgical procedures. Becoming your own personal agent is exercising your power of choice, because you do have the right to choose. You choose whether or not you get up to go to work each day. You choose whether or not you're going to be a full-time entrepreneur. You choose which clients. I hope you're choosing which clients you take, which opportunities you say yes to. I hope you're choosing these things and they're not just choosing you. Be independent in your decision-making. Test it out. What do you want for lunch? Oh, I don't know. What's around? Some chips, some donuts. No. Be independent in your decision making. Make the choice. What's going to fuel me for this journey? What do I need? I need water to stay hydrated. I need fruits and vegetables to sustain me. I don't need chips. I take the chips because they're right there. They're quick and convenient, but I need to be my own personal agent. So I got to start making better decisions. I know you feel good when you have your cup of coffee. I'm sorry. But maybe you might get that same energy with something more natural, like into a green tea. I'm just saying, I'm throwing out suggestions here. You take what you can. But remember, you are your own personal agent and you get to make these choices. So the choices you make today are going to dictate your tomorrow. So what choices are you going to make? Set meaningful goals. What are you working on? Stop letting Mondays be Mondays and dreading Mondays. What did Monday ever do to you? Monday's just showing up doing its job. It's up to you to make the choice how your Monday is going to be, how your Wednesdays are going to be. Why wait till the weekend to turn up? Turn up on a Wednesday if you need to, because you have the power of choice. And here's another good one. Strengthen your resiliency. The world is the world, people. Life gonna be lifing. Everything is not gonna go your way. Are you gonna fall apart because someone says no? Because someone didn't accept your contract? Are you gonna fall apart? You gotta build your resiliency. One of my coaches, she had a group of us together, and we were going through an activity where we had to go around and we had to pitch our job. We had to pitch our business to them. And their role was to tell us no. No. No is like a curse word these days. But people are going to tell you no. Your business is great, but people are still going to say no. People are not going to buy your books. Your book is great, but people are not going to buy it. It's okay for the world to tell you no. And you need to build up your resiliency so that you don't fall apart and go into a pit of depression because you heard one no. Because one opportunity didn't come your way doesn't mean you don't have a gift. It just means you were at the wrong person. And maybe they weren't the wrong person. Maybe it's just not the time. So we have to strengthen our resiliency so we don't crack the minute somebody says no, the minute something doesn't go our way. And my clients hate when I tell them this. But I do it all the time. And I would never tell you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. Step outside of your comfort zone. If you don't feel uncomfortable, you've made the decision to do something, you're going to try something new in your business, but you feel good. You don't feel the nervous Nellies in your belly. Your stomach is not churning. Your knees are not shaking. Then it's too easy. You over here riding a bike with training wheels on. But step outside of your comfort zone. That's how you challenge yourself for greatness. Some of these things that I'm saying is challenging your mindset because you're stuck like, no, I always do it like this. No, I always do it like that. But now this is churning your brain and you're like, wait a second, Sheniqua was trying to force me to think differently. Well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If you've been trying it one way and it's not working, try it another way. And if that doesn't work, try it another way. Don't give up. Don't say, I'm not called for business. No, you just got to try a different strategy. And your different strategy might require you to step out of your comfort zone. And then the last takeaway is redefining your success. What does success mean for you? Break free from those expectations. Many of us grew up in a world where getting a job, going to school, getting a job was the standard. Well, nobody talking about starting your own business. That was crazy talk. Well, what does success look like to you? Break away from that. You get to define it. This one is going to set the entrepreneurs free. Release the pressure to be perfect. My very first book that I wrote in 2015, I didn't know my own strength, how my faith moved my mountains. There's a chapter in there where I talk about my struggle with being perfect. If you can't be perfect, you don't want to do it. There's a difference between having excellence, doing something with the spirit of excellence, than perfection. The aim should not be perfection. The aim should be to do it in excellence. You want to be able to clearly define your goals and aspirations. You get to choose what makes you happy. What does freedom look like to you? For me, the reason why I walked away from my six-figure job was because it no longer lined up. Once upon a time it did, and that's why I was happy in that position. But then I woke up and I was different, and it no longer fit. It no longer satisfied me. I wanted more. I thirst for more. Money wasn't everything. Imagine that. So you get to clearly define your goals and your aspirations for yourself. Evaluate and reevaluate. That's part of the nursing process. So I'm making you all honorary nurses real quick. Part of the nursing process says that you evaluate, and once you evaluate it, you come back and you reevaluate it. Is it working? Is it helping you to meet those goals? And if not, you need to tweak it. That's the reevaluation. So don't be afraid to tweak and to tweak again and to tweak again your business plan, your business strategies. And then the goal is to find alignment. I cast away that word balance. Oh, we need to find balance. We need to be finding balance says that everything is equal. I'm not seeking to make everything equal in my life. What I'm seeking to do is to have alignment, to say that I can take care of my health and wellness. I can put that to the forefront of my brain, and everything else can follow suit. So you again have the power of choice, that you get to choose and redefine how you call success. What does success look like for you? Right? What does it look like for you and your business, and for you and your family, and for you and your growth and development? You get to decide. So those were my takeaways. As I mentioned before, I would love it if you stay connected with me. And I am on LinkedIn, Dr. Sheniqua Johnson, aka Sheniqua Inspires. And I have a wellness newsletter on LinkedIn, so you can feel free to subscribe to it. It's called Work Life Wellness. It's for those busy multitasking people like yourselves. Some of you are working 9 to 5s and building your business. It offers you some support so that you don't forget about your health and your well-being. If you're on Facebook, you can check me out, Sheniqua Inspires, Instagram, Sheniqua Inspires, and YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel, Sheniqua Inspires. And as promised, I got a free gift for you. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to give you. So if you go to my website, sheniquainspires.com/freebies, you can pick what you want. But I do have free things on there. So I have a business assessment for entrepreneurs. So if you're starting out new in this entrepreneurial space and you want to see if you got what it takes, there's an assessment on there. There's also a helpful resource for you to maximize your message, because we all have a why, but are we maximizing it? So there's a helpful resource on there. And also my wellness newsletter, the Wellness Encounter, is on there as well. So you get to pick what you would like for free. And I thank you all for your time, your effort, your energy, your attention. And I ask that you will stay connected and that you will stay empowered.